Alright guys, I thought I'd give you a quick overview of how well the 46-inch Milwaukee 16-drawer toolbox held up for 1 year in a full-service automotive shop. I purchased this a year and a couple months ago, and I was out of the technician game for about 6 years. I was not a technician for some period of time, and sold my larger Snap-on toolbox. And then when I got back into being a technician, I had to get a toolbox. So I was walking through Home Depot about a week or two into starting. I was using a borrowed toolbox at the time, and I saw this, and I figured, hey, for $700, let's give it a shot and see what happens until I can pick out what I want off the tool truck. So I purchased this box. I think right now on the website it's $698. I believe it was a little cheaper than that when it very first came out. I think I paid right over $700 with tax and everything. I took it to the shop, we unloaded it, I piled all my tools into it, and I've used it for 1 year in a full-service professional automotive shop. I thought I'd give you a rundown of what wore down and what broke and what didn't hold up. So I guess I'll get right into it. Nothing broke. Nothing really wore down except for the exterior, the paint. I had a laptop up here and a few other tools I used normally, and I use this as a desk surface to write down information on ROs, and then left my laptop up there to look up labor times and everything, and kind of used it. And then this thing was full of tools. I had another toolbox that was, or a cart, sorry, that I used for all my heavily used tools I used the majority of the day, sockets and ratchets and such. But this housed all the rest of the tools, which did get used daily. I use this toolbox daily. It was full of tools at the shop. It's here at the house now. I bought a new box, so I thought I'd give this thing, when I bought it, I said, all right, I'll give it a year, just kind of as a review. So this is 1 year of it being used there, a full 12 months. And then after 12 months, I promptly bought a new toolbox, a name brand truck box. And I figured I would, a tool truck box, sorry. Thought I'd give you my little rundown. So first of all, I'm not comparing this to a Matco, Snap-on, Cornwell, Mac, automotive grade toolbox, or any of the industrial grade stuff. I'm just simply comparing this into probably the rest of its field, the Husky and the rest of the guys that are making boxes similar to this. DeWalt makes one that's very similar now. I thought I'd kind of, actually I believe DeWalt may have made this style of box before Milwaukee, and Milwaukee may have copied or got the idea. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But so when you're using this in the shop daily, every single soft close drawer still works great. So I guess I'll start out by giving you the rundown of what it is. I don't know what the depth of these doors are. They're significantly shallower than most professional grade automotive toolboxes. But comparing it to others, it seems pretty comparable when you look online. So now it's just full of all my house stuff for working on stuff at the house. It's not does not have the stuff I use in the shop, so please do not think that I'm fixing cars with some of the junk that's in here. This toolbox held up surprisingly great. I really expected halfway through the year to have bad roller slides, bad or ball bearing slides. I expected something to be broken, break a caster off, or have one just totally start to come apart after rolling it around in grease and oil and chemicals all day long. And it held up perfectly fine. Even the lift supports still work great, and really just pull the top up perfectly fine. There seems to be nothing wrong with this with the unit itself. So after using it for a year, I went ahead and got rid of it at the shop and brought it to the house and got a real toolbox. So I was kind of tired of the really shallow drawers. That's my only complaint with all these cheaper boxes, which, I mean, it's a, let's see, it would be, goodness, almost a fifth of the cost of some of the stuff that's out there on a tool truck of the quote-unquote professional grade toolboxes for automotive technicians. I prefer to have a nicer quality box, and it's not because only guys with good toolboxes can fix stuff, or are good techs, because I know plenty of really high quality techs that use cheaper toolboxes. I prefer to have it because the shop I'm at is extremely professional in the field, and we bring a lot of customers into the shop. So giving them that comfort that their technician has the professional grade toolboxes and such is probably a benefit more for the customer, or their to put their mind at ease that they have a professional tech. The rest of us guys in the field either are really not fans of cheaper boxes, or they completely understand that something that holds your tools doesn't affect in the way that you work. But that's a whole nother rant on its own. I would just finish up this review real quick and let you know that this box held up great for 1 year in a professional shop. I have zero complaints with the quality of the build. The depth is the only thing that gets me. The depth just kills it on the amount of stuff it holds. I had this toolbox, and just a few months into it, I had already had it full. The cart was full. I had to get another side cabinet, and it was becoming a serious hindrance. But I told myself I'd give it a year, so I did. So after a year, I can say no complaints. This is a good quality box. I have zero problems with the quality of build, construction, and manufacturing. So I would definitely recommend it to anyone looking for a good quality box for the garage, especially, and heck, even for a shop. It would work all right, as long as you don't need a lot of tools. And its space is on par with everything else in its market and in its price range. But compared for a full service tech at a high volume shop, it just simply doesn't have the storage capacity. All right, thank you.